A Russian soldier armed with a hand grenade has taken hostages in a store, demanding that he is taken to the prosecutor's office. In a video address shared on social media platforms, the private named Konstantinov Sergei said he had fled the frontline to avoid being killed by his commander after refusing to obey his orders. The soldier, who belongs to the 60th Separate Motorized Brigade's 9th Company, 3rd Battalion, said he refused to carry out the order because his entire company had been killed and he himself was wounded. My commander threatened to tie me to a tree overnight so that drones would kill me, or to shoot me, since I refused to carry out a combat mission while being wounded, the soldier explained. The serviceman stated that he had no choice, as his life was in danger. He took hostages and demanded to be handed over to the military prosecutor's office. My entire company died, they died stupidly and senselessly. Right now I am in a store with hostages. I have a live F1 grenade in my hand with the pin removed. I just want to be taken to the prosecutor's office. I will surrender there, the private went on saying. There have been no reports about the incident in Russian media yet. It should be noted that since the start of Kremlin's full-fledged invasion of Ukraine in February 2022, Russian soldiers have reported mistreatment by commanders and dire conditions within the army. A large number of videos have circulated in social media platforms showing Russian servicemen protesting against their commanders and complaining that they are being used merely as cannon fodders in Russia's invasion of Ukrainian territories.
Я Константинов Сергей Сергеевич, рядовой 60-й отдельной мотострелковой бригады 9-й роты 3-го батальона. Меня вынудили уйти с передовой раненому, уйти самому пешком, потому что мой командир обещал меня привязать к дереву на ночь, чтобы меня убили птицы, либо застрелить меня, так как я отказываюсь выполнять боевую задачу раненый. Вся моя рота погибли. Погибли тупо и по бессмысленно. Сейчас я нахожусь в магазине с заложниками. У меня в руках боевая граната F1 без чеки. Я просто хочу, чтобы меня вывезли в прокуратуру. В прокуратуре я сдамся.
Ukrainian forces unleashed their best drone units to cripple the Russian logistics routes east of Pokrovsk. As Ukrainian drone forces established what soldiers on the ground now call roads of death, the Russian offensive has entered a new phase of collapse. The Ukrainian operators began with methodical precision strikes in a full-scale campaign to annihilate enemy logistics. Euromaidan press media outlet says drone operators relentlessly hunt down any movement, as confirmed by footage from both sides showing the aftermath of the Ukrainian strikes. Twisted metal, burning wrecks, and craters every few meters. Russian riders filming their own advance revealed dozens of destroyed vehicles piled up at road bends, precisely the points where Ukrainian operators wait for the slightest slowdown of the enemy vehicle to strike with deadly accuracy. These new roads of death mirror what already happened on the western flank of Pokrovsk. There, Russia's entire offensive effort disintegrated under the pressure of Ukrainian drone strikes that paralyzed their logistics and ability to conduct any semblance of an offensive. With Commander Robert Brovdy, call sign Magyar, overseeing the sector, Russian supply routes east of Pokrovsk are now facing the same fate. His doctrine is simple: total drone dominance stretching over a dozen kilometers behind the front line, with every meter of road under observation, every vehicle tracked, and every movement punished immediately. It is this Ukrainian tactic that turned the Western Front into a graveyard of Russian armor, and it is now repeating itself to the east. This coordinated drone campaign has forced the Russian military to completely rethink its tactics. Euromaidan press says the constant surveillance, long-range interdiction of convoys, and precision strikes on fuel and ammo trucks have left Russian commanders unable to sustain large-scale offensive operations. Motorcycles, once favored for rapid supply or evacuation, have proven equally vulnerable. One captured Russian soldier explained that even groups of 2 or 3 motorcycles are instantly targeted by Ukrainian FPV drones. Facing this, Russian tactics have devolved into infantry infiltration. Tiny fire teams of up to 3 soldiers crawling through fields at night with thermal cloaks, hoping to evade detection. Euromaidan Press says. But Brovdy's units have adapted too. Ukrainian drones now prioritize infantry over vehicles, hunting down individuals to maintain what their commander described as the minimum monthly kill rate, which needs to be higher than Russia's ability to mobilize new soldiers. Russian officers, desperate to find new methods, have resorted to deception, sending poorly equipped soldiers out to draw fire while better trained troops attempt to move elsewhere. Yet Ukrainian reconnaissance networks easily expose such maneuvers, making every trick useless, as even some Russian analysts have admitted that 9 out of 10 infiltration groups never make it to their targets alive. Overall, the picture that emerges east of Pokrovsk is the same as in the west, a crushed offensive, stalled under the unblinking eyes of Ukrainian drones. Euromaidan Press says. The roads of death are expanding, their blackened wrecks marking the edge of Russian reach. The sky belongs to Ukraine, and under Brovdy's relentless coordination, every day brings new footage of destroyed armor and failed assaults. Whether the Russians will keep smashing their forces against this drone wall or shift their attention north to Kostiantynivka or Lyman or south towards Zaporizhia remains to be seen. One of the most famous officers from the Azov regiment, Bogdan Krotevich, known by his call sign Taurus, has sparked a storm of reactions in Ukraine with an interview with the publication Ukrainskaya Pravda, in which he severely criticizes the military leadership and the strategy for waging the war against Russia. According to Fakti media outlet, Krotich states that Ukraine will not achieve victory just by exhausting the enemy and killing more Russian soldiers. I am categorically opposed to the idea that if we simply kill more Russians than they kill us, we will win. No, we will never win like this. This is not a strategy, but a path to nowhere. We must become smarter, stronger, act more effectively, and not just count bodies. In a conversation with journalists from the publication, Krotevich emphasizes that after 2 years of fierce fighting, Ukraine needs not only weapons and ammunition, but also a profound change in the way the army is commanded. According to him, the prolonged war has exhausted the soldiers and has shown that the existing structure works by inertia and punishes initiative. The officer from Azov openly declares that it is time for changes in the high command and indirectly criticizes the commander-in-chief, General Alexander Syrsky. The army cannot be a pyramid of fear in which initiative is punished, not encouraged. We need people who think ahead, not up, Krotevich said. He added that the army's goal should not be just to destroy the enemy, but to protect the lives of its own soldiers by developing more flexible and intelligent methods of conducting combat operations. When a state sets a goal to kill more enemies, instead of building a system to protect its people, this is no longer a strategy, but a statistics of losses, he said. The interview sparked a lively discussion in Ukrainian media and social networks. Some in the public accepted his words as a voice of frontline realism coming from a man who had survived captivity and years of heavy fighting, while others saw them as dangerous public criticism at a time when Kiev is striving to preserve internal unity. Recall recently in the Dobropilya sector, Ukrainian defenders repelled another massive Russian attack in an attempt to take the village of Shakov. According to the press service of the 1st Corps of the Azov National Guard, Russia launched an assault using 16 armored vehicles, including infantry fighting vehicles, multi-purpose light armored tractors and tanks. Russian troops attempted to break through AFU defenses toward Mirnorad and Razin, focusing their main effort on capturing the village of Shakov. During the battle, Ukrainian units destroyed 9 infantry fighting vehicles, 4 armored personnel carriers, 3 tanks and 3 motorcycles. Russian permanent losses amounted to 78 soldiers. Azov reported that Russian forces again employed their usual tactics. Motorcycles led the first wave, followed by armored vehicles, carrying infantry. Using electronic warfare systems to suppress Ukrainian drones, Russian troops tried to move infantry into settlements to establish footholds, but the assault was completely thwarted thanks to pre-mined territory and coordinated actions of artillery, National Guard units, unmanned systems, and other AFU forces.